can't be serious, man. You cannot be serious!
And just before you accused me of going to Turkey to get my hair done, you waylaid me. The final thing that's happening with the Welcome to Country, they're now doing it in tongues. Someone comes out and speaks gibberish in a language you have no idea what they're saying. And I see now that the government, the state government, talk about slobbering suck-ups. All school children are to learn truth-telling under the treaty agreement. This is the treaty agreement that was voted no when they decided we won't have a voice to Parliament, but the state government said, oh no, we're not taking any notice of the public.
What's going to come first?
Truth.
I want to know this.
No,
what's going to come first? You stop watching it, or they stop doing it? What do you think? What do you think's easier?
Well, if people had the guts
to
go to the football.
No, this is what I'm asking. Are
you
going to, what's going to come first? You stop watching it or they stop doing it?
Well, I'll watch the football.
Yeah, but you can tune in. You can tune in later after.
Yeah.
So what comes first, the chicken or the egg?
If people just ignored it and didn't applaud it, because it is when the bloke started speaking in tongues, what? Why? Why we? And they're naming all the new state schools. They're naming them Aboriginal names. Why? You'll say, I'm going to Gumpalika School. They say, where is that? It's in Malvern. I said, oh, why don't we call it the Malvern State School? I mean, who are we trying to patronise? We're just dividing people. We want to be all one.
All the schools that I know, Sam, do it.
Why?
But I don't go to the principal and say, why are you doing it?
Don't you?
No.
Well, but what happens if you didn't want your child to be radicalised, brainwashed, propagandised? Just let them decide. Don't have to teach them about the history because they'll lie about the history.
I think
they'll lie.
I think the idea is you don't let your kids make up their own mind, but you don't...
State government are thinking that they're not allowing... They're going to pull down Captain Cook's cottage in the... Because
oh, by the way, Dan, I said this to you last week. So Dan Andrews' statues should be going up soon.
No, it's not.
Have you got your saw ready?
Is it going? Well, have they found the person that cut the Captain Cook's one down? Have they made any investigations?
No, I don't know, but I just want to know, have you got yours saw ready? Are you going to... Not encouraging people to chop statues' heads off, by the way.
The state government are going to pull down or isolate Captain Cook's cottage in the whatever the gardens they're in, because they say it's not relevant to our history. Not relevant. It is our history. If Captain Cook hadn't come here, we wouldn't be here.
Cookie.
There'd be nothing here. Cookie boy. Jimmy came in and he's... And that's the history they'll teach people. That it is frightening.
Come on. Now I've brought up all the topics. What topics have you got?
Well, no, you were on about the finals tickets before we...
Oh, yes. I was going to check. So finals. Do you put in for your 300 club tickets?
Yeah, I don't know how to work the computer, so my son does, or I get sued.
Oh,
my son does.
So he does it for you. Okay. So you don't know how to work your computer. Actually, I'm going to have to go into.
No, I don't.
I've got a bug.
Do you know how to work a computer?
Yes, I don't know the.
Go on. What did you?
I'm not completely.
Well, there you are.
Tech savvy. No, I know how to use everything. I know how
to use a computer, but I wouldn't know how to order tickets from.
You're from Ticket Tech. You don't know how to, or the AFL, the ticket system.
AFL, and
you don't know how to do that.
Get them from North Melbourne, I presume.
No, I don't. I don't go through that.
You get offered tickets from North Melbourne.
Yes.
Which you have to pay for, incidentally.
Do you? I don't know. I've never gone down that part through that.
Well, don't you have the usual people come out of the woodwork and final say, Wayne?
Of course they do.
Well, and what do you do?
I say I haven't got any,
which is a lie.
Yeah, well, it is, but I give them for all those people that do ring me up and say, have you got tickets? Yeah. So unlike others, so for instance, last week on my tickets to Adelaide Collingwood, big game, sold out. I gave my tickets away.
So did I.
Some people choose to.
I gave them to Terry Lindblom.
Some people to choose to
go over and speak.
Sell them. I don't. I choose to give them away to people that genuinely want to go to the footy.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
So just say Geelong and Collingwood play in the grand final.
Yep. Just say. Yep. Well, they're a big chance. They're in the prelim.
Well, just say they do. Okay. They're two local sides with huge followings.
There's going to be tickets wanted everywhere.
Right. And if you got 2 tickets and someone said, a friend, like a friend of yours, not at arm's length, said, hey, you couldn't get, got a bloke here's just flown in from the state or something. Yeah. He said he'll pay anything for 2 tickets. What are you doing with your tickets? He said, I'm not giving it to anyone. He said he'll pay up to $5-10 grand a ticket.
The one thing that you can't do, which is I think terribly sad, the one thing about our grand final, and I assume it's the same in all. I'm assuming it's the same with all sports around the world, is that the actual fans of the teams that are in the grand final, the majority of them don't get to go on grand final day. So you would find that. So Collingwood play Geelong. If that was the case, you would have. I don't know, let's say 30,000, you'd have 30,000 Collingwood, you'd have 30,000 Geelong.
50,000.
And then you'd have 30,000, and the other 40,000 would be neutrals.
Let me tell you, not having go at you, how illogical that is. You'd have 50,000 members at Collingwood. You'd have 50,000 members.
There's 100,000 members at Collingwood.
Okay,
there's 100,000 members at Geelong, but they don't all get a ticket. This is what I'm saying. It's corporate.
But you're saying, Duck, that if you're all the fans don't get a chance to go and see the side.
Not grand final, they don't.
That's right. And how can you how can you sell out the ground to 50,000 Geelong supporters and 50,000 Collingwood supporters and no one else can go?
Well, this is my point. So the fans that go for those teams all year for years on years don't get to go to the grand final.
So are you saying that shouldn't be the case? They should sell out the ground to the 2 sides that are playing in it.
Why not?
Well, because you have people with tattoos and teeth missing sitting. We want it to be a spectacle.
But they've been a supporter for a reason. They've supported their club all through sometimes the bad times.
Okay, so
some clubs haven't played.
So no one else should be able to go.
I'm just saying. I didn't say. I'm just saying.
No one else should be able to go to the grand final except.
Why not? If they could sell the ground out, if Collingwood and Geelong can sell the ground out with their supporters,
they could.
Then why not?
Because it's just inequitable. Because you follow a side like Melbourne or the West Coast Eagles, you've paid your money, you've gone every week, you've supported the AFL. Why shouldn't you be?
I'll tell you what, if West Coast Adelaide played in a grand final, if they happened to play in a grand final at the MCG, they could sell it out with their supporters as well.
They could play it.
They could sell it out. No, they would sell the MCG out with their own supporters.
And now with Adelaide, the theatre goers.
Adelaide are a great example. So Adelaide, who have, I think they've tipped over 80,000 supporters. So Hawthorn, I assume this Friday night will get a certain amount of tickets. I don't know how many. Let's say 15,000. So there's 40,000 members, more than 40,000. There's 50,000 members that will not be able to go to the game for the Adelaide Crows this Friday night.
That's what I said.
Now, is that fair? Anyway, just something.
Because your side happens not to be playing in the grand final, that doesn't mean to say you haven't supported the competition by buying memberships and tickets. Yeah, I think I just think
there should be more done for those who support their team.
So get rid of the theatre goers.
Correct. If they happen, they can come if there's any left over.
Well, there'll be none left over.
Well, there you go. So that's sold out either way, and you get the people that barrack for that particular team to go to the game.
Well, you get 2 tickets. Why don't you give them to a Hawthorn or whoever plays the grand final? Give your tickets to whoever.
I do that every year.
Do you, Duck?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, so if someone said, "I'll give you $10,000 for a grand final ticket,"
well, if generally people
you
that
could go over to Vietnam
generally,
again and
generally,
escape
generally,
when something else happens in your life.
Generally, people pull the kids out of school.
Yeah, with the 10,000. So we're over here because I sold them a grand final ticket for 10 grand.
Well, if someone rings out, it's like I've got 2 tickets to the Hawthorn Adelaide game. And
that's in Adelaide.
That's in Adelaide, and I've got 2 tickets.
So have I.
And I will, and for instance, I will have mates over there.
Yes,
I've got a lot of mates over there. I did year 9, 10 and 11. Didn't pass any of them, but I did year 9 in Adelaide. Got a lot of mates there. Yeah. And if one of those mates, and I know that they're not Adelaide Crow supporters or they're not Hawthorn supporters, and they said, theatre. I want to go, I'd prefer to wait for someone that barracks for either team. There you go.
Oh, I see. Would you?
Yeah.
What happens if they said, Doug, I want to go, I want to take my girlfriend?
I'd say well, that's different if they're courting a girl. It's one of their first dates.
I'll give you 10 grand for the 2 tickets.
One of my first dates, many years ago. One of my first dates many years ago.
Many years ago? When you were 15?
No, it wasn't many years ago. It was actually, I think it might have been Jess, actually. It was Jess. No, I know who it was. It was Jess. And the Nadal-Federer final.
Yes.
Just
here?
Here, at the Australian. Well,
it could have been over at the US Open.
No,
you're flying interstate and into
Nadal-Federer final. Just happened to be sitting behind Rod Laver, that is.
Oh yes,
and,
right.
They had pretty good seats. Not a bad first. No. Not a bad first date.
You were sitting there with.
What's your first? What's the best first date you've ever gone on? Other than in the back of in the back of a panel van
with a
mattress in the back of the driving.
That's probably it.
That's probably it. No, but Nadal-Federer finals are pretty good.
Yeah. It's good, particularly sitting behind the rocket.
Yeah, just Rod there, and I think Agassi was sitting over there, and Sampras was.
Do you think that cemented the union?
No, I think might have had something to do with. Well, it's not.
And did the camera go? Did you look at the big screen every time the camera came to you?
No, well, I tried to do it.
Another bow.
I actually tried to do it on the.
Oh, don't tell me on the quiet.
On the quiet.
And just sitting behind Ron Laver.
Yeah, I know. Anyway, there was a photo. But anyway.
Now.
Anyway, so you haven't answered. So can you remember first date? Best. Other than the drive-in, surely you've.
No, I can't.
You can't. Surely you took
can't remember my first date. That wasn't your first date.
No.
Oh, for the person you're with.
Your best first date. Hey, and don't talk about Sue. Where'd you take Sue on your first?
Hang on. So I now that you mentioned it, I said last year. Not this. At the start of last year, I said to Sue, "Don't suppose you'd like to come up on a boat to Airlie Beach with me, would you?" And she said,
that's a long first date."
It's still going.
What'd you think? You just trap her on the boat. Once we're off, she can't get off.
Once we leave port, she's buggered.
I like that.
We had strict rules about conjugal rights and all that sort of stuff. I slept down in the engine room and she slept up in the Queen's quarters.
That's a very good first date.
Put rocket into the shade, I reckon.
Just take them on a boat so they can't get off.
That's correct. And it was a 6-month date.
Yeah.
And
it's still going.
Then when they'd start to get a bit shaky, I said, "Would you like to go on a caravan tour?" so we're on a caravan tour. Again. And when that starts to wear off, I'm not fucked if I know what we'll do then. I said, "Would you like to come on the space shuttle?"
We'll go back to Turkey and get a touch-up.
She said, I'll tell you this now. We do these videos on...
come on. We don't need to go that far.
No. No, don't worry about that. We're not allowed to do any of that. I can only film her when she's got completely head to toe. She's like a Muslim. So anyhow, we do these YouTube videos on our trip. And she's filming me and she said, "I think you're going..." This is her. She's there. She said, I think you're going bald. I said, what? I went into a fury. I said, I'm going fucking bald. I said, take a photo of the back of my head and show me. So she took a photo. I said, that's not going bald. She
you know what, Sue? Get onto a Webjet and book another trip to Turkey.
I'm not going bald, am I?
No, you're not. Oh.
What do you mean? Whoa.
You might need a little bit of a turkey touch-up.
Turkey touch-up. Yeah, the turkey slap.
Yeah. Very good.
Now, Duck. So we haven't. I haven't got on to the main thing that has pissed me off. And if the
I think you have covered the main thing that pisses you off.
Well, that's close.
I know. Get on to
if the AFL don't step in to the disgraceful umpiring that is allowed to go on and on. The umpires are just wanting to be a bigger part of the game. They umpire with hard-ons. They run round with their pants bulging, thinking they are controlling 36 people on a football field by the most ridiculous policing of it is cringeworthy. And if the AFL didn't step in and say, for God's sake, could you manage the game rather than stage managing it, it is embarrassing.
So let's get back to you pulling your hair out over welcome to country. So and I'm not sure whether everyone feels like this, but I guess if you're working in the industry, you obviously have to talk about the umpiring, and there were some poor ones on the weekend, especially the ones that got paid down the field from one end of the ground to the other.
So why didn't they report that boy for staging?
Has to be looked at. So what I will say is this.
Who's number 16?
Just unlike, and I don't know whether... Maybe let's ask the question and get someone to answer it, and then next week someone will send you a message, Sue a message, and say, if you don't barrack for the two teams, for instance, I don't. So it was the Geelong Brisbane game. Rayner gets a little bump in the back, and they pay a free kick from one end of the ground to the other. Then he gets a little push in the back, so we got 2 goals in 30 seconds from one end of the ground to the other. Both. No need for the player to do it, but a harsh penalty.
No need for the player.
Now, because I'm not a Geelong supporter. Now, do I sit there and go, well, geez, that was a bit rough, but do I get ruffled from it? No. Does it really irk me? No, because I don't care who wins the game. What I want to see is a good game. So you don't want to see it ruined by...
That's why you don't see a good game.
You don't want it ruined by that. But I also don't get my knickers in a knot and go running around pulling my turkey hair out.
I don't get my knickers in a knot about whether Geelong got the... I couldn't care less if Geelong got the free kicks against them. Was it Geelong?
Yes, it was.
That doesn't... I watch all the games. You say you want to watch a good game. You cannot watch a good game because it keeps being interrupted by the most pedantic, stupid, non-consequential free kicks. Umpires just umpiring out of a rule book and thinking, that's... What about the ruck infringements? You cannot spoil without... you cannot spoil if you don't reach over someone's shoulder to punch the ball and your elbow might graze the top of his shoulder. It's just so pedantically stupid in this game, which is a physical contact game. They're going to make it like Gaelic football or basketball shortly. Yeah. And in fact,
Tiggy Touchwood free kicks in the fortnight. But one of the things I would like, you played with one of the great handballers of all time, Polly Farmer. Right? Yes. And we've seen some great handballers. Greg Williams comes to mind straight away of his. So Polly, Diesel, young Mitchell, that obviously injured at the moment for Collingwood. I mean, there's been some great.
I know what you're going to say.
Handballing players. They throw it now.
And why do they hand pass?
It is more of a throw than it is a handball. They throw it over their head. That's not a handball.
So why don't the umpires pull that up?
They've let it, for whatever reason, they've let it go, and it's got to this point. It's got to this point, and that they can't handball on their left hand for starters. So they're inside outside handballs. They've got to pull up these throws. They're not handballs. They are throwing the ball to one another. It is not rugby.
Anyhow, the standard of football, I don't care what you say, the standard of football, it's being degraded, defiled, the umpiring is disgraceful, and you say you want to go and watch a good game, you can't watch a good game by the whistle going there's one umpire up, one ground go, one umpire says it is out of control.
I get the feeling is going to be one of the great semi-finals on Friday night.
Because the umpiring will be better?
No, I just get the feeling the Hawks and Adelaide both like to take the game on. The Hawks, they've got, by the way, young Deer's got a hammy, so he'll be out. And they've also got a couple of, but the Crows, they like to score heavily. They didn't on the weekend. I just reckon this is going to be a high scoring,
one hand pass too many when they're sweeping into attack.
What's the weather going to be, actually?
So you think it'll be one of the great
I reckon
games?
It'll be. I'm just trying to look at what the weather's. Hopefully the weather permits.
Well, let's hope that the umpiring steps up, and it'll be marred by the crap that they go on before it, where everyone stands around for 10 minutes.
Mightn't be good weather. We normally
in
get
a monkey suit and delivers.
Do we get Adelaide's weather? That's what they say, don't they?
Well, eventually
we generally get. Yeah, it comes across.
Comes from the west.
So, Friday here is going to be 17 and raining. So I assume the day before that it's going to be.
Duck, please.
So I'm trying to work out.
Someone said you were a meteorologist.
Yeah,
that people used to.
Wayne Bunn.
Yeah.
Jane Bunn. She's one of the great...
Someone said you were an amateur meteorologist. Yeah. They rang you up and said you can come around, the coast is clear.
It's never... You never know who's watching.
So anyhow...
Yes, no, the umpiring, I get your point, but
what is my point?
Again, your point is the umpiring's been crap. Just don't let it... I'm worried about you.
So this
you're
is
limping
the trouble
around.
with you.
You're limping around.
I don't know if you're doing this just to take a rise out of me, or Tess has told you this. But if you
Tess is on. If I go downhill over the next couple of weeks, Tess is on holiday. Oh, she's not. She's not on holiday.
She's got an overseas client.
She's gone away. She's gone away to do a meditation.
Oh my God! With crystals.
Meditation type.
Maybe
situation.
some mushies.
And trip, and she'll come back with some more knowledge to help people.
She might give you they're using psychedelic mushrooms now. They say they're just quite beneficial to having a different experience about life, Duck.
Okay.
I got a feeling you've been
Get on the mushies.
Oh. Hey? No, Duck.
Oh, no. She just got sentenced, by the way, the mushy lady.
Yeah.
Yes, 33 years without parole.
Yeah, and when it comes up, they'll say, no, it's denied. They wanted to die in jail. Why don't they... instead of hanging her, they should have fed her some of the mushrooms. And say, you have a taste of your own medicine, so to speak. We're not going to send you to the gallows. We're not going to give you the shot of the chair. We're going to feed you the meal that you fed the people you killed. Yeah. Here, eat those up now. Now, Duck, you say... don't get excited about things that piss you off. That is nonsense. If you let people roll over
taught me to be calmer and just don't stress as much. Don't be judgmental. Don't let other people's experiences or behaviour or attitude or opinions of you.
Don't worry about their opinions of me.
Don't let them make or break your day. You know what? When you're driving around like old Miss Daisy, and someone cuts you off, just go. Yes. You know what? Okay, Speedy Gonzales. You just be calmer.
Gonzales. Arriba.
Just be calmer.
So you don't believe any of that. You don't. I can tell that those cow eyes that you look at me there, and I can see through the back of your eyes into your brain. There's fuck all behind your eyes. You don't believe that. If you let people walk over you and you put up with things, they just keep doing it. You've got to push back. You've got to push back on the welcome. That nonsense before the game. And the umpiring, why do you say you want to see a good game? It is invariably, every week, ruined by ridiculous umpiring.
Yeah, well, I'm choosing to believe this week will be a good week for the umpires and a good good
start to the game.
Good two finals. Oh, and Gold Coast are wearing pink. The first team ever to wear pink.
Why?
Probably so they don't have a clashed jumper, for starters.
No, but why are they wearing pink?
Well, they have a pink version of their away Guernsey.
Why?
And they've been approved to wear it. I like their pink Guernsey. Sue, what do you think? Oh, it's
vibrant pink.
It's
nice
not
for the breast cancer
it's a
people,
nice,
is
no,
it?
it's a nice pink and with a nice like Gold Coast emblem.
GC.
It's almost got a bit of a Superman feel about it. But I like the
Superman in pink.
I like the pink.
He
wears red normally, but
what colour shorts are they wearing?
Pink, black. I think black shorts with the pink. Show me a look.
Got some frilly jock straps underneath.
Yeah, it is black shorts. That's it there. Look.
Give us a look.
The black. Do you like that? I like it. I reckon it's a good looking Guernsey.
And who are they playing?
You know, GWS have a good looking. Their black Guernsey strip with the orange on it is a really good looking Guernsey.
Who are they playing?
They play Brisbane.
And what will they be wearing?
They'll be wearing a Lions.
Chartreuse thing with a little bit of lace over the collar and.
Well, don't you talk? You sold hair products to.
50% of the population use hair products.
I know.
They're women.
But not in not two grown men playing VFL
you
football.
You were about to say two grown puffs. I could see you pursed your lips to say puffs then.
I did not. Two grown men going around selling hair products in the 70s, or was it the 60s?
Well, Vidal Sassoon, do you know who he is?
Anyway,
Vidal Sassoon.
I think that's a very, you know what, ring Roland and ask. That is a very, very, very nice looking Guernsey.
Roland is I think he's asexual and he doesn't mind me. He is a gay man, but he's not into all this bullshit about all that went on with Rankin and all. He's not into any of that. No. He said, why do we keep talking about it? Speaking about Roland, ring Roland up, asked you think the Gold Coast wearing pink uniforms?
Anyway, I don't know why I was trying to get you off topic and calm you down a little bit.
Well,
just calm you down.
Absolutely. Why don't they wear?
Has it worked?
So why don't?
Now you're getting uptight about the pink.
So why don't the Gold Coast wear green?
I reckon. You know what I reckon?
Green for the farmers.
Green.
Why don't they do that? Why pink? Why pink?
Well, because it's been a part of their away
DNA.
Guernsey. It's been a part of their away Guernsey.
Well, pink. Who came up with
pink.
that?
Probably their marketing department. Their marketing department.
Why don't they come up with green?
Well, it's like what?
Green.
Because, the sun sometimes can
make you go pink.
Have you seen the sky sometimes when you get that pinky red colour?
Not unless I've been on the mushrooms you've been on.
No, but you get you get an eclipse or something, you can get that nice.
When you get an eclipse, you can get a nice orangey, pinky colour. Look. Sue's got it.
There, that's exactly. Look
Hold
at that.
It up.
Pink. See?
Yeah, so this is
that's exactly what I'm talking about.
Hang on. There it is. Look. So you reckon the Gold Coast have modelled their jumper on an eclipse? Well,
the Gold Coast can model their jumper on a lot of different colours because the sun. You know,
so if they think it's a clash, why wouldn't they have a nice green?
That's a good point. Because when the sun reflects off the water, in certain places, you get that really nice green coloured water. It's good. They could probably do that, get away with that as well.
So who decided pink? It's just projection. They're just saying, look at us, aren't we evolving? We're going to get strong masculine players to play in pink.
No, I don't think they've... I like the pink Guernsey for what it's worth.
How about...
I'll tell you what, they play a tough brand of footy.
The Gold Coast.
I'll tell you who's going to win. Let's
the Gold Coast play a tough brand of footy.
Can we give... So Nick Dacos is favourite for the Brownlow medal, Sam.
Is he?
It's on in 2 weeks. Mm-hmm. So let's get ahead of the game.
The most overrated award in football.
Yes, it is overrated because I never won one. So Nick Dacos is the favourite. I tell you who's going to win the Brownlow this year. Take it from Matt Rowell.
Who?
So he's captain. Noah Anderson is also. He'll get votes taken off him through his captain because his captain's had a great year. Matt Rowell.
Spelt?
Rowell. Matt Rowell. He's
Playing
my tip.
for?
Playing for the Gold Coast Suns.
The Gold Coast Suns, righto. He
is my tip for the Brownlow. He's not. I know he'll be up there. Noah Anderson will take votes off him. I know. But
is he a midfielder?
He's a midfielder.
Is he on the ball all the time?
He is.
Does he get a lot of possessions and hand passes and short kicks?
Yes.
He's a certainty.
Yep, but so does the others, the other favourites, and his captains. He just wins the ball at its cold face. He's tough. He's hard. The umpires will notice him. I think he'll win it. Matt Rowell. Here you go. He's my tip to win the Brownlow. Have you got a tip other than to get cranky at everything that goes on in the world?
They might give it to Uncle Jack for his welcome to country. What about the boy from Geelong that used to play for the Gold?
Bailey Smith.
Not Bailey Smith.
What?
The boy that used to play for the Greater West Sydney side.
Who?
Who's about to
Cameron? Jeremy Cameron.
Yeah.
They don't. Key forwards don't poll anymore.
That's it. Isn't it ridiculous? That's why it's overrated.
He'll Bailey Smith will poll some votes. He'll poll some votes. I think Noah Anderson and Matt Rowell will poll a stack of votes.
So do you think,
it's who they give the 3 and the 2. That's going to be the big.
So do you think Mitch, the man who came out and said he was a bisexual, do you think he will go to the Brownlow? A, get voted, invited, and B, will he be on the
red carpet?
The red carpet, and everyone line up like they did with
fair chance,
like they did with the boy Laidley. With the person Laidley. Sorry.
No. That's a good question. He may very well get
Mitch.
Yeah.
What's his surname?
Brown.
Brown and Laidley might be the key. They might be the face of the Brownlow.
Well, I don't know.
Laidley and Brown.
I wouldn't have thought so, but
or Eddie and Brown.
Anything could.
What's happened with Eddie?
Eddie and Brown. Good segue. Eddie.
What's happened with Eddie?
Well, I heard Eddie on his podcast.
McGuire and Brown. Why are they at loggerheads?
I don't know. Well, it was reported in the Herald Sun, so it must be true. So I just wanted. We love Eddie. You know that. We do. I love Eddie. But if I'll just give Eddie some advice, if the Herald Sun write that you're having a blue with someone, Eddie, they're accurate. It's actually got to be true, and you'll probably, when you go on an overseas trip after the footy season, after Collingwood maybe win the flag, you'll be running away, and you'll be packing the kids up, and you'll be scared of Jeff, and they'll make up a million stories about it. It's quite funny, isn't it? Isn't it?
It is.
But I have heard Ed speak about it. I don't think it's as ramped up as what.
And Craig Kelly, is he the president?
Well,
did you see how he said they should treat the? This was reported.
Craig's
he said, "Why don't we put a wombat in their room? That'll make them feel at home because they were homesick." He said that on a podcast, on a tweet.
To who?
To one of the Indigenous boys who was feeling homesick. He said, "Why don't we throw a wombat in or a?"
When did he say that?
I think last 2 years, last
year. Oh, well, a couple of years ago.
No, but it was
no, but Eddie, no. If the Herald, if that paper and who was the journalist that wrote it?
I have no idea.
Well, anyway, I don't care. I don't whatever journalist Ed. I'm sorry, factually correct. And if you're going,
Caro got onto it.
Hey, no, I don't know who wrote the story,
she'd be annoyed that she didn't.
I did see that Ed commented on it and said it wasn't as
fake news.
No, I don't know whether he said it was fake news, but
was he? Is he pumping for the? The lawyer. What's his name? President of Collingwood. Footscray. What's his name? Yeah, no, the president.
Footscray. I don't know who the president of Footscray is at the moment. Peter Gordon.
Yes.
He used to be president. I don't know whether he still is.
He's pushing for him, is he?
I've got no idea.
Said that he was
pushing for him to be the.
Yes.
Oh, is that what it is?
That's what I think it was.
Oh, right. And then they're saying that Ed and Brownie are having a blue.
Yes, because Ed's thrown his support. Right. This is what it said.
Gotcha.
Go ahead.
Gotcha.
No, not Richard Goyder.
No. Richard's the AFL.
Anyhow, I'm going along to.
So just let's finish on this. Do you play players? So Bobby Hill, who's
Collingwood
boy, 2 years ago won the Norm Smith Medal. has been out of sorts this year, personal problems, other things, injuries, et cetera, kicked a few in the VFL apparently last week, hasn't played a lot of footy.
Yep.
They've got a week off this week. Do you, in your opinion, if a player has got a good finals record and he has that X factor, if you're Collingwood, given what he's gone through this year, and he's obviously chosen, he's had some
personal issues
going on, and if you're to believe, I don't know why they write about some people's personal issues, but don't write about other people's personal issues. But that's another whole podcast. But do you play someone? Do you bring him back into the side, or do you think that upsets the fabric and the spirit of the team? Given some of these, given that he's chosen to step away from the game during the year, it's now coming into a prelim, possibly a grand final. Would you play him or not play him? Simple. Keep it simple.
Absolutely not.
Okay.
But this is not a personal slight against Bobby at all.
No,
if you are gambling on someone who's had personal problems, slack form, form downer,
hasn't played a lot of footy,
and you're bringing him in on the mystical hope that he might win the game for you, you laugh. You're deceiving yourself.
Well, there you go.
You're
I think most people would probably agree with you, but it's a dilemma.
But this is no slight on Bobby.
That's what I was going to say before, and and not only did the players use the F-bomb, I forgot to mention Craig McRae, the Collingwood coach, used the F-bomb
on an interview
after the game, and so Caro not only lined up players, but the Collingwood coach did it.
Do you think Caro's ever said fuck?
Of course,
only human.
Of course, she would have.
What?
Probably
privately or in public?
Probably a comment. She probably said F you said.
You're a fuckwit.
I reckon she might have used those, but not in an interview.
But just in
under her
general conversation.
Maybe under her breath and at home with her family
and
look everyone
at
else. I would have said, I reckon she would have. Anyway, yes, I do. It's great. I reckon a lot of people have used the F.
Moral arbiter of what's right and wrong in society.
I reckon
by C. Wilson.
I reckon we've both been called an F-wit a few times.
Well, sometimes that can be a compliment.
No, it can be an affectionate term.
That's right.
Geez, you're a good F-wit.
Now, I know what I was going to ask you.
You're a good F-wit.
Tell me this. Could you get into trouble if you were playing someone?
I tell you what, could I get into trouble?
You're playing trouble and knowing that what's gone on and how the homophobic slur's gone, could you say, you're nothing but a fucking maggot? And people say, that's so close to the other word. You're only using that because you're being.
Well, that word used to be used. That word used to be used a lot to umpires.
You're fucking maggots.
Because they used to
You're
always
wear white
they used to
maggot.
always wear white.
Now you can call them pink maggots up in the Gold Coast, and they might use the other term.
No, well, you can't you can't say those terms to an umpire at all.
What, maggot?
No, well, you can't.
A player?
Back in your
No,
day,
player can't.
back in our day, what we said to umpires, and I've said this before on podcasts, and I'll say it again, what we got away with saying to umpires back in our day, in the 90s, early 2000s, was atrocious.
But you didn't
personally
call an umpire a fucking dog or a maggot, did you?
I said some things that I regret saying to umpire. Darren Goldspink won't mind me using his name. He was an umpire that gave as good as he got, by the way.
Oh, did he? Yeah.
But him and I for a whole game.
What did you call him?
We would just abuse one another.
Did you?
Everything.
Well, but he would concentrate on playing football.
He would give it back, and also, you know what else he'd give back? No free kicks.
That's it.
So he won the battle. And that's why you don't argue with umpires. But no, what we got away with, the respect we have for our umpires now is where it is way better than what it should be.
No, well,
and I'll tell you what, this is what I don't want to see. Because I remember only a couple of weeks ago we saw a free kick for dissent.
Yep.
Do you remember?
Yeah.
Now, they've gotten away with it all year. We've seen players go, oh, that wasn't a free kick, and they've thrown their arms up and they've said to the umpire, look at the board, look up at the scoreboard, look at the vision. So we've seen that all year. Oh, imagine over the next few weeks if we see an umpire pay a free kick for dissent. Will there be an uproar?
So you're not meant to speak to the umpire.
Well, you're not meant disparaging body language and/or not body and/or language, body language and/or language.
Said, what the fuck is that for? What is that kick for? Yeah,
that's what they did at one stage, and now they've, pardon the pun, it's waned a little, and now they're not paying at all. So it'll be interesting to see.
Glenn James, one of the great Indigenous umpires to umpire grand final, first Indigenous umpires. What a star he was.
Well, I remember he was a star, and I've heard a lot of stories about his antics with players, and got along very well, had a great relationship.
He said, keep doing that, I'll point the bone at you, mate.
Really? Somebody said?
Absolutely.
Well, I remember Peter Carey was a great umpire and obviously shared the same last name. There was a great Peter Carey that played for Glenelg in South Australia. Hall of Fame inductee, legend of AFL, SANFL footy. But I remember one day Peter Carey was umpiring myself, and Big Moose Henwood was playing on me. And he belted me in the back of the head, and Peter Carey went, free kick, and he said, what, you're his old man, eh?
That's a good
clever
line.
enough to say, oh, what are you two related? No.
That's good.
No, what we got away with back in the day was it was horrific. It was wrong. So to all the umpires,
throwing the baby out with the
to all the
bathwater.
umpires out there, and I got reported for abusive language a few times against the umpires. And
go on. This is your edict to the umpires.
I apologise for my behaviour back then. Now it was once accepted that you could do that.
Well, then, if it was accepted, why are you apologising?
Well, it was accepted because I don't think it should have ever been accepted. That's why.
But
you can't abuse the officials that are going out there and allowing us to play the game that we love. You know, they love the game too.
Jeez,
you can't just
soft.
abuse
That's
them.
bullshit. If an umpire makes a blatant and obvious mistake that might be bordering on the side of cheating, why can't you say, you got to be joking, mate?
Yes,
seriously,
no, you can't. Anyway, we'll finish. You know what? Respect for the umpires. I reckon they'll do a good job this week, and we're going to get two great finals.
So can we just say finally that you're the Brownlow? Well, we got
Brownlow's Matt Rao.
And if you want any tickets to go any of the finals, the Ducks letting them go for 10 grand, and then he can fly off to another country for a couple of weeks.
I'll go on the run.
Again.
I'll go on the run. Well,
all right.
Well, Sue's already said that you might have to go back to Turkey.
Now, and if you want a ticket to the grand final podcast, I've just checked, there are 2 seats left.
Yep.
And there's 5 people said
we've got 5.
They're in the pipeline.
I've said
but
that.
if you want to jump in, those 5 people, they will miss out.
And there is no question it's a sellout. So if you want to get them in, get it in.
Because it's just a question of how many people are going to turn up. There'll be 20 who've paid, and we don't want 50 others turning up at the door and having to get security.
We don't need to tell the people where the event is, other than the people that are coming.
That's right.
Right, and then we promote when we're there, and then we get out the back door. I'm sure you're used to going in the back door.
If you haven't got a back door, where would you like one?
We get out the back door, and we're done. All right, beautiful. Hooroo, Sam.
Right, that's